When our story began, it was just 2 grown men and 20 questions. Now we have seen the extent of their power as they could go full-blown Super Saiyan in their Dragon Ball knowledge. 4 videos later, we have reached the end of those 20 questions. Only 3 remain, but one question seems more important than the rest. Is this truly the end of our journey, or has it only begun? Live from the Lotus Eaters Dojo, find out today in All Things Dragon Ball Part 5. The bearded Command and his buddy Adam are gonna talk all things Dragon Ball. Starting now.
Greetings and salutations, world. I am the bearded Command, and with me once again is the epic Adam Toews. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the end of the 20 questions saga.
We've done it.
We have done it, man.
Made it.
We're at the final 3 questions, guys.
How did we get here?
I didn't think we would either.
Like we did.
Yeah.
And here we are.
And I'm proud of you.
Proud of you.
Thank you for being with me on the
Proud
show.
of you.
Thank you. All right, guys. So if you remember last time, we ended at question number 17, which was, and again, for you guys that weren't following, which at this point, what are you doing? Go back and watch the previous 4 episodes.
Guys, catch up. We don't have time to wait for you all day.
Exactly. Let's go. Let's go. Pause this video, go back, and then catch up. We'll wait.
Yeah. Let's take a sip.
I'm going to take a sip.
I'm still looking at you. I know you're still looking.
Mm-hmm.
Go back and look. Go find the old ones.
Do it. You think we're jumping? We'll sit here and wait.
I got time.
We got all the time in the
You
world.
have time? We're moving on. We're moving on. Forget them.
And welcome back. Hopefully you listened to us. All right. So the question was, number 17, what do you think about the Z fighters no longer being strong enough? And Adam and I both gave our pieces on that. If you missed that question, go watch the previous episode. We both feel like, we're at that point where they're trying to make strides to at least get them on somewhat of a level of Goku and Vegeta again.
Trying. I think that with what they're doing with Super, especially in the most recent episodes, they're like trying to go, everyone's kind of strong too now, I guess.
Right.
All right, cool. I'm in.
We'll talk briefly about it because, this is a little bit after our last episode, and there have been some things that happened, and I want to get your thoughts on it. There's a picture where it shows Dragon Ball Z, and it shows Goku. It's a diagram, 2 pictures per each. It's like Dragon Ball Z and then Dragon Ball Super.
Yep.
On the Dragon Ball Z side, you have Goku and Krillin fighting, and they're on par with each other.
Yes.
You have Goku popping Super Saiyan and beating the holy hell out of Krillin.
Yep.
On Dragon Ball Super, you've got Goku and Krillin. They're on par with each other in normal mode. Goku pops Super Saiyan Blue. They're on par with each other fighting. What do you think about that? Like somehow this greater elevated level that Goku is at is somehow...
I'm going to get meta with it.
Krillin's there too?
I'm going to get meta with it a little bit.
All right.
But I'm also... I kind of just suspend my disbelief no matter what in that universe.
Sure.
But the way I'm looking at what Goku's doing right now is that his fight with Krillin wasn't really a true fight. I feel like Goku's going around as the team captain.
Okay.
And testing everyone.
Sure.
He's not going like full on.
Like how he did with Toppa.
Yeah, like I almost feel like Goku popped Super Saiyan Blue to intimidate Krillin, or to give him an opportunity to like be scared and overwhelmed that Goku's gone blue.
That's what I choose to believe.
Exactly. If Akira Toriyama walked in right now and was like, "Oh, yeah, that was him full power," and Krillin just kind of kept up, I'd be like, "Well,
that doesn't make any sense."
Okay, I guess, but
right.
Is Krillin's Kamehameha gonna fucking match up with Goku and Super Saiyan Blue's Kamehameha? No way in hell. It would incinerate Krillin instantly, and then it'd be down another Super Team member.
100%.
Like,
exactly.
That's how Krillin died again.
Right.
By Goku testing him with the Kamehameha battle.
And Goku's like, oh shit, now we gotta go collect the 7 Dragon Balls and bring Krillin back so we can be back.
We got 30 hours, but first we gotta collect all the Dragon Balls and wish Krillin back. Or maybe that's what we use our Super Dragon Balls to wish Krillin back. Who knows?
Right, exactly.
So yeah, I kind of look at it as that was a test. It wasn't Goku at full Super Saiyan Blue form. He just happened to be in that form and was sparring with Krillin. And I mean, Krillin did prove himself.
He did.
Like, keeping up and outsmarting Goku in a sense.
Right, because he didn't make the point of this isn't a straight up fight, this is a tournament.
Right, I gotta knock you out of the ring.
And Goku forgot about that.
Right.
So
And I think
he brings up an interesting point.
Krillin, and you can't really speak for one of the other 12 universes, but
Right.
you know, I gotta imagine that Krillin has, if nothing else, a lot of high pressure situations where, like, look at, and we're getting off topic from the question. We said we get to 17. We're never even gonna we're gonna get here, never finish.
Right.
But you look at every battle Krillin's been in, and big shout out, by the way, to Dragon Ball Z Abridged. If you haven't seen what Team 4 Star is doing with Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super content, could you do yourself a favor and go check it out, because it's so good.
Yeah, you're doing yourself a disservice. Just
Yes.
get on it.
So it's basically they go through Dragon Ball, they kind of retell the story in a funnier, snappier way. They keep everything moving, but you still kind of get the Dragon Ball story. So with what they're doing with that, they have this little counter that I love. Every time Krillin gets hurt, punched, kicked, insulted, whatever,
Yes.
they have a Krillin-owned counter in the bottom. And so, you know, I look at, you know, what's happening with the World Tournament and Goku collecting all these people. Like, is Krillin gonna get owned again? Maybe. Maybe he is. Is he gonna, like, hold his own and knock some people at, like, in comparison to the other universes, I have to believe in my heart of hearts, Krillin has an advantage against some of the competitors.
I'd agree with you on that.
In that he has these high pressure situations, whether they're tournament, whether it's fighting against Vegeta, when he first shows up in the Saint Saga, and his like task is to cut the tail of the great ape.
Right.
Each battle he's been in, he's had like a little specific role where he needs to do something within a set circumstantial situation.
Yes.
So throw him in the the Tournament of Power. I think Krillin's smart enough to, if you're gonna pick anyone on Earth to fight with you, go Krillin. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
I'd agree with you on that. Okay. That's what I'll choose to believe. Because, I mean, when Goku went to find 17, I'm going to touch on this quickly because I don't want us to dwell on it too far. But we're at that point now, and spoiler alert. That fight, by the way, was one of the most beautiful Dragon Ball animations.
Yeah,
I've
and
ever
we've
seen
talked
in my
about
life.
that. We
Yes,
talked about
have.
that a little off camera in that sequence there. I would have to look at the specifics and the details of it, but they outsourced that fight to another studio, and that was all that studio did. You can tell, you know, if you've ever seen any episode of Dragon Ball Z, when people are in close proximity fighting, it's just a flashing of a couple of key drawings very quickly between, like they'll hold it for 3 or 4 frames and then switch to the next one for a frame or 2 and then switch to another one. And when you flash all those frames very quickly in rapid succession, it looks like they're fighting very fast, which is very cool.
Yes.
Normally when those fights happen, it's solid drawings with realistic proportions. Some speed lines may be drawn on them to indicate that they're moving quickly.
Okay.
But generally those frames are pretty clear and concise. Like if you freeze framed it, it would look like an anatomically correct punch from Goku against whomever.
Sure.
Generally. In
Okay.
the 17 fight, you can see, and this is getting into kind of like animation talk, but you can see there's 12 principles of animation. And you can see those principles really applied.
Yeah.
So like when they're fighting, you see a punch from Goku is super extended, almost around 17's head. And it's almost like it's round instead of a fist shape.
Yeah.
But just implying those different forms when in conjunction with the 12 principles of animation, it just breathes a new life into it.
Yes, it does.
They're using the same thing. It's still the same 3 or 4 drawings cycled through really quickly.
Yeah.
But each keyframe, there's exaggeration and there's a little bit more oomph put into the posing.
Yeah.
And a little bit more stylization based on whoever the studio was that ended up doing that sequence. But it's beautiful to see. It was beautiful to watch.
It was gorgeous. So, I mean, I feel like I'm hoping that your theory of, you know, Goku popping blue just to recruit team members and intimidate them is true. Because I feel like, and you know, this is calling back to a previous episode when, you know, when Adam and I were giving our piece on what we thought the interaction between Goku and 17 would have been, is, dude, don't even go there. It's like, you know the power level I was at during the Cell arc, but I've far surpassed that. I'm a god now. Hell, I'm even a god that can pop a Super Saiyan form within a god form.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah, it's like, don't even go there. And then he ends up being on par with him in Super Saiyan Blue. And while it was a beautiful fight, it just seemed out of character.
I couldn't agree more. and again, we were talking about with Krillin, I have to believe that Goku's testing everyone.
Yes.
That if he literally wanted to go around and destroy every single member that he has recruited so far,
it would kind of defeat the
maybe
purpose.
with the exception of Boo.
Okay.
Maybe with the exception of Boo, because I feel like if Boo went all out against Goku, that would have been a
Different
not
outcome?
an even fight, but it
Would have been close.
I think Goku would have really had to have ramped up.
Pulled the stops.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, at this point in time, we're with GT no longer being canon, Boo was the last formidable enemy. He was the last
And
at the top. I mean,
Goku couldn't beat Boo without a Spirit Bomb.
Right. Exactly.
So if you're equating Goku's power level and his fighting ability versus Boo's power level and fighting ability, I still believe at the end of the Boo saga, Boo is still stronger.
I believe it. I can see that, definitely.
Because Goku and Vegeta were maxed.
They were.
They were maxed out, and the only way that they pulled it out was through a Spirit Bomb.
And everyone wishing for Goku's energy back, because he was spent. And it was
Right.
like, oh yeah,
Right.
Pop Super Saiyan, whoosh!
Right,
Yeah.
right. So I don't know. I think that if Goku was fighting now fit, svelte Boo, like
Yeah, whatever
ripped
epic
Boo,
form that is, like, where the hell did that come from?
Love it. I'm
I do
into
too.
that
Hell
because
yes.
it's really close to what Super Boo was.
Yes.
But he's still got the happy eyes and the
Yep.
cape and the gloves, and it's like
Right.
it's still just goofy Boo.
Exactly.
But he's strong. now.
He's in
more
shape.
in shape. He's in shape.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still think Goku's just testing everyone
I
to test his team members.
I will choose to believe that too.
Yep.
Whether that was the intent or not, that's what I'm going to choose to believe,
Yeah.
because I can't believe that a God Super Saiyan form
Yeah.
is somehow on par with Krillin and 17. As
Yeah,
much as I
he
love
would
those
just
characters, there's
smoke
no
'em,
way.
man.
There's
he would
no
just
way.
he would obliterate them wholly and entirely.
Right, he wouldn't even have to move, in my opinion.
Right.
Just like they would be overwhelmed by his power alone.
Right. Right. And I get that the blue forms have their limitations, you know. You can argue that in the Goku Black Zametsu arc that even Goku and Vegeta still weren't strong enough to fight a god. You know, they had to form Vegito Blue to even
Be
hold
on
a
par.
candle.
Yeah.
And then even then, Trunks won with a Spirit Bomb.
And Super Saiyan.
Ostensibly.
Yeah.
So, you know, I still believe that Blue has forms and it has more places to explore and more stuff to touch
certainly
upon.
hope so.
That brings me to another point, but I don't want to. Let's get back to questions.
Yes, let's do it. Let's do it.
I was
We
about
haven't
to
even gotten to the
diatribe
question.
deeply into another thing.
See, and that's why this is the end of a saga. This is not the end.
Right.
This is just the end of our 20 questions.
Right.
So let's just get right into it.
Right.
Because I do want to talk about this more.
Okay.
All right. Question number 18, sir.
Yes.
If you could live in the Dragon Ball universe, what would you be?
What would I be?
Yeah.
Now, see, my first thought was I was a human in the Dragon Ball universe, and I would would I be a farmer? Would I be a technician working at Capsule Corp? Like, what would I be as a human in the Dragon universe?
Yeah.
And then I thought more, do you mean what would I be, like, if I could pick a new race?
If you could pick anything.
If I could be anything in the
it's
Dragon
like,
Ball universe,
it's like
what would I be?
Shenron just appeared, and it's like you have the ability to go to the Dragon Ball universe. I shall grant you.
And I will
an
rewrite
existence.
your form however you want.
Yes.
Oh, jeez, Sean. You know,
You know that's a good question. That's why you're mad at me.
I am mad at you, but I'm mad at you because my brain immediately came up with two very quick responses.
Let's hear them.
My first one is that I would love to be a fan. I would love to go to the Dragon Ball universe and retain my fandom and just be there. And
You know
like
what? I love
meet
that.
Goku in real life and meet Vegeta in real life and
Yeah.
hang out with Krillin. Like see him on the beat as a cop and just like, Krillin, I fucking love you! You're awesome!
I love that.
Say hi to
dude.
18 and Barrett. Like I would be a fanboy in the Dragon Ball world. I live in fucking Future City. Like I would I would indulge. But that being said, like the fanboydom would eventually wear off, and then I would get really nervous that I'm not strong enough to live in this world that's constantly under attack by alien
Yes.
forces or what the fuck ever.
Exactly.
Because I would know the universe, I'd be like, oh shit, it's like T-minus now till we get attacked by something.
Right.
And I'm useless here.
Yes.
I'm just a human that is a fanboy that has met my heroes, and now I'm useless.
Yep.
I might go like try to train with Roshi. Like, you know, like I might try to do that.
Sure.
So then I rewind and I go, okay, I'm not gonna go as a fanboy. If I could be transported in the Dragon Ball universe, I would probably want to be a human Saiyan hybrid, like my boy Gohan.
Nice.
And I would probably want to become friends with Gohan. And we'd be like best buds. Kind of like how Goten and Trunks are.
Yeah.
But it'd be me and Gohan.
I could totally see
And
that.
we'd both be human Saiyan hybrids. Except he wouldn't know that I was a Saiyan. And I wouldn't know that he's a Saiyan.
Okay.
Because we're just two humans on Earth, ostensibly.
I like that.
Like, we
Okay.
know that our dad and or mom is not from here,
Mhm.
but I don't know that about Gohan. He doesn't know that about me.
Right.
So, like, we bond over academics.
I like it.
And now I'm just writing my own fan fiction.
Dude,
Like,
that's
this is my
amazing,
own,
though.
like,
Hell yeah.
personal fan fiction about me hanging out with Gohan all the time.
Dude, I feel like we need an animation of you in that world now. Like hanging out with Gohan.
I did, as a kid, growing up, drawing
you?
and animating. I created, like, characters
That's
from
amazing.
the universe. And it's funny, because they haven't done it yet, but I did a level that was a Beyond Super Saiyan 4.
Yeah?
And I didn't give it a title, because I
Okay.
knew what Super Saiyan 4 was, where
Right.
they got, like, the fur on their bodies,
Sure.
and they kind of, like, their hair grew out long, kind of like Super Saiyan 3, and it turned red. I
Yeah.
was like, that's cool. And then I thought, it's actually, now that I'm thinking out loud about it, internet, it's a lot like the Super Saiyan Blue form, because the form was what I imagined if they had gone Super Saiyan while... Because I looked at Super Saiyan 4 as like a form.
Not actual transformation
Right.
of the form. Okay.
It's like because
Okay.
they grew their tail back.
Right, and they had to become an Uzuru and they like evolved into a Saiyan Uzuru hybrid.
Yes.
Okay.
So to me,
I'm
it
with you on
wasn't
that.
so much like they popped a Super Saiyan 4
Mhm.
as they evolved to a higher form of Saiyan that was
Okay.
stronger than Super Saiyan 3.
I can see
All right?
this. All right, I'm with you on this.
So I imagined that they would go Super Saiyan in that form,
Mhm.
and their hair would turn white. So I did
I
this
like
like all white Saiyan that was like that he had been traveling the universe forever.
Yeah.
And that he'd landed on Earth and found these other Saiyans that were Super Saiyan 4, but he could teach them to go the next level. And this is before like gods
awesome.
entered the scene, and like, you know, I guess if you really analyze it, it's kind of a cop-out that like God showed up and that's how Saiyans have ascended so far in Super.
Sure.
But the idea of another Saiyan showing up, kind of like when Broly showed up
Yeah.
and he was the next level of Saiyan.
Yeah.
And while he wasn't there to train them, he showed them what their next level could be.
Right.
So when I was a kid, I made this character that was beyond Super Saiyan 4, all white. Probably have drawings at home, stuffed in a cabinet somewhere.
Dude, that would be amazing if you could find this. I would love to see that.
Oh God, I'd have to redraw it. Like, I don't
would
want
love
to show
see
the world.
that. I think the world would love to see that. Wouldn't you love to see that?
No, I can't show anybody any of that.
Oh yeah, of course, dude. That sounds incredible.
It's locked away forever in the vaults of shame, and just in like the vaults of like no one ever needs to see this.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I will appreciate. Well, I will.
Look, if you're lucky, I'll bring it. I'll show you.
Okay, I will take that.
All right.
And I'll respect your
All right.
wishes.
I may show the internet, but probably not.
Okay. I'll respect his wishes on that one, yes. All right. So my answer to that question, I mean, it's obvious, honestly.
Yeah.
I would be a Saiyan. Maybe a human Saiyan hybrid.
Yeah.
But I would hope, see, because the way I would have to look at it, kind of like what you said, it would have to be a completely different Saiyan because it's not like I could be the kid of Goku because then I wouldn't be able to be
Right.
with all the characters that we know and love.
Right.
It would have to be an unknown.
You could be dead
Yeah.
if you were just a Saiyan.
Exactly. This is true. Yeah. It's
He would
just-
appear and just instantly die.
Right, exactly. It's
Oh,
like,
shit.
Planet Vegeta.
Uh,
Right. And then that'll end up in other world.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Which actually
So,
fun, but
right, because, yeah, it would definitely have to be a major plot hole because
Yeah.
the whole reason why Goku was sent to Earth was to destroy it.
Right.
And the only reason why he didn't is because he got knocked on his head.
right.
And he's pretty much now a brain damaged good boy.
Wow.
Yeah,
I never thought of that.
yeah.
Like the reason Goku's a little off is because he has actual brain damage.
Yeah. Because originally, that's why if you remember, like when Gohan first finds him, and we're talking Grandpa Gohan, not Gohan, the person that Gohan is named after, the technical Earth Father of Goku. He is a little brat. Like, he actually, like, tries to harm Gohan.
Yeah.
And then, like, Gohan he's like, oh, you're just a crazy little baby. And then Goku hits himself on the head. Like, he falls on his head on a rock. And all of a sudden, he's just like this sweet little child.
Goku is on the spectrum.
Yes. Yeah.
I never.
That's why he's always so spacey and
that.
He can't really grasp things. He's kind of like, even though he's never been exposed to them, it's like, I've never seen a girl before. It's like, what's marriage? I thought that was just, like something, like a funny word.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That's why he's so.
You just blew my mind. You just blew my mind. Because I always thought, like, Goku's quirky. Like, he's just a little bit of a different Saiyan. And I'm like, no, he hit his head as a baby.
Yeah.
On his soft spot, and now he just is on like he's like full blown autistic. Like, he just,
except he has like no,
because
like,
that would make him a
side effects.
savant. Like, that could make
Yes.
him, like, if he did have some kind of. And also, I'm being wildly insensitive. Like, I understand that people that have any kind of brain damage or special needs
of
or
course.
whatever. I'm kind of talking, just I'm getting lost in the moment. So
Yeah,
I don't mean to be insensitive.
Think just of Goku, guys, and all of his wild zany adventures. This isn't in relation to anyone in real life.
Yes, but just that notion of, you look at people that have this kind of autism savant approach of just like that they can conduct these piano concertos at like 3.
Yes.
You look at Goku of just like he's laser focused on martial arts and only martial arts, and he only wants to fight strong people. And I get that all Saiyans are like that.
Yeah.
But you look at Vegeta as he gets older, and I know that Vegeta still wants to be better than Goku/Kakarot, but now he's like starting a family.
Yeah. And he's becoming less selfless. Or he's becoming more selfless.
Yeah, he's trying to
less
train
selfish,
other
more
people,
selfless is what I meant.
And he's taking family before a fight, which is like so not Vegeta.
So not.
But if anything, Goku's gotten more aggressive at like give me strong people now. Like again, like somebody on the spectrum that's just like they see this one thing and they're driven towards it, and anything else they're like kind of socially awkward and
yeah, dude. So that's my dilemma, because the only reason why Goku is this ultimate good is because he got knocked on the
knocked his
head.
head as a baby.
It was pure chance.
Wow.
Because otherwise he was there to destroy and conquer Earth. So if I were to be a half Saiyan, it kind of wouldn't work, because any Saiyans that would be sent to Earth would be there to ultimately dominate it. The only reason
but you look at Turles.
True.
Who
He's
was
very
a Saiyan.
benevolent and kind. That's true.
Turles wasn't. He was just like looking for power and yada yada. But to me, Turles always reminded me of a Saiyan that like broke away.
Yeah.
From planet Vegeta, I guess.
Yeah.
And was just like, I'm kind of a space pirate now. Like, I'm just kind of like looking for planets to plant these seeds so that I can keep gaining this fruit to keep being strong. Like, he didn't inherently strike me as a Saiyan out of that he like got excited about a really strong fight.
Yeah.
But he didn't really follow the whole like get sent to a planet and conquer it in the name of. Though I guess you could still say he was sent to Earth to destroy it.
Sure.
But it was for his own personal selfish stuff, I guess. So I could buy, and plus, fuck it, Shenron gave you the wish.
This is true. Okay.
You go pick whatever you want to be in this universe.
Of course. Okay. Very good point. Thank you, sir. Okay. So I would say that if I could choose anything, I would choose to be a Saiyan.
Yeah.
With the power, like the good nature and power of Goku.
Sure.
Because, Goku, even though by pure chance he continues to live, be wished back, he's still only got a certain lifespan. So he's going to eventually
Although they
pass
say
on
Saiyans
naturally.
live longer just generally.
Because so to speak, Goku and Vegeta are in their 60s at this point, right?
Yeah, but they still look like they're maybe in their late 30s, early
Yes.
40s, maybe.
And Vegeta makes that remark in the Cell games when Bulma's like, or no, I'm sorry, it's in the Buu Saga
Yeah.
when Goku first comes back. It's like, Saiyans have evolved past, aging. Like, we age less, to stay more in our prime.
Right.
So that makes sense. But eventually they will, pass on their mortal coil and, hopefully Gohan and Goten will pick up the mantle.
Yep.
But I would like to be like, maybe on that level, not to shine out the rest, but be on the same level. So I could be on par with my heroes.
Would you want to
and
know
be part
about
of the
Goku and
Z-Fighters.
Vegeta?
Yes.
Would you want them to be your mentors, or would you like them to be a legend that you knew of that you could live up to? Like they've already passed, you know what I mean? Like
I want them
you
to be
live
my
in the era of you want them to be mentors.
I don't want to be like the hero, like, step in after they're gone.
Right.
I want to grow and look up to them and be trained by them and fight by their side.
Who would you rather be trained by, Goku or Vegeta?
If I could pick, it would be both. Like maybe Goku to start and then Vegeta to...
Gohan's there, Piccolo's there,
True.
Trunks is there.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if you could pick any master to train you in the Z universe, who would you pick? Because I would train with Gohan.
Yeah.
And I feel like I would want some, like, old man Piccolo chiming in every now and then.
Right. Because, I mean, if you think about it, Piccolo proved that he's still a good teacher because you and I both know what we saw is coming. And only Piccolo could get Gohan to that point
Yes.
again. So I would say...
Master strategist.
Absolutely. So I would say it would be Piccolo because he would push it to the limits.
Yep.
And he's at this point now where, Gohan has softened his heart. So he actually thinks about someone other than himself. He would actually be there to help you get to the next level.
Yes.
He would be stern,
Yes.
but he would be like what you would need.
Yes.
So I would say Piccolo. I would say Piccolo to start, and then maybe when I've learned everything I could, maybe take it to the next level with Goku and Vegeta. Like be maybe sparring partners. Maybe they could show me a few things.
I am actually surprised that you didn't say Trunks.
Yeah?
Future Trunks.
Future Trunks. Okay. Okay.
I would have pegged you for getting trained by him. I don't know why.
I think, it would be really good. Okay, we're talking like original Future Trunks, not like super Future Trunks.
Either.
Okay.
Either. I mean, because since the series is in Super now, I guess there are two Future Trunks technically.
Yeah.
So it could be either.
True. Okay, well, I wouldn't mind that. Honestly, I think I would have Piccolo to start, and then I would go to other members of the Z Fighters to continue my training because, as they say, you can always continue to train and get better. There's no like true peak.
Yeah.
So I'd say Piccolo to start, and then I would reach out to Future Trunks and say, hey, maybe you could show me a few things.
Yeah.
And then maybe go over to Tien and be like, hey, maybe you could show me a few things.
Yeah.
So I would say Piccolo
Other
to
humans.
start, and then reach out to every other Z fighter to help me. Krillin with his master strategist.
Mm-hmm.
Vegeta, always pushing his limits, being stern as shit, pissing you off.
If you could
helping you
learn-
reach a Super Saiyan level.
If you could learn... Okay. If you could learn one technique, and we're not transformations,
Okay.
attacks,
Okay.
or, diversionary tactics, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
what would you learn?
Kamehameha. The Kamehameha wave. Hands down. I love a bunch of other attacks. Could you imagine if you actually could make this motion, this thing that we've been doing for all of these years, and actually release this ultimate fucking blast?
Yeah.
That would
Can
be
I tell you,
surreal.
I have
Especially
two.
if I could retain all of my memories of my
Yes,
life before.
you would have to.
I'd be like, I'm doing the Kamehameha. This is a real thing.
But would that keep you...
Ah!
It makes you wonder if you went into it with a blank slate, would you learn it quicker, or would your knowledge before you get you so nervous and worked up? You're like, I'm fucking trying, I gotta do the thing, and you wouldn't be able to do it.
I would think my knowledge would help because I already know the motions, and I've been
like
doing
you
it for
can do
so
it.
many years.
You've already
'Cause
learned.
that's-
You've already mastered.
Yeah,
You're
with
now just in the
martial
world
arts.
where it's gonna happen.
Exactly. It's just like with learning those moves that you know,
Yeah.
like it's
Muscle memory.
muscle memory exactly, and then being able to be in a place where I can make
But
that
you have
happen.
to train your spirit energy to channel through your hands and.
True.
Wow.
But if I'm a Saiyan and Goku, who was a prodigy, did what took Roshi hundreds of years to do, I feel like Saiyans.
Which is
have
interesting.
that
How many other
natural-
people did it within a pretty quick time?
I think really it's only Goku.
No.
Goku was the start.
Goku can do it. Gohan can do it. Goten can do it. Krillin can do it.
But
Yamcha can do it.
Yamcha can do it. Yes. I thought you meant like before, like
no, but just like
Roshi
you said,
style.
like Roshi took was it thousands or hundreds of years?
I said
Either way,
hundreds.
still a long time to do
people.
it. And then you have like Goten, who's been alive maybe 8 or 9 years.
Who you could technically say is already surpassed Gohan.
Yeah.
Because he could pop Super Saiyan at a child age like before.
So how early could he do the Kamehameha wave? Like how early could he do that?
It's true.
I don't know. 3 years?
Yeah.
4 years?
I could believe it.
And then even then, how long did it take him? A couple months?
Right.
Maybe?
Right.
I don't know.
So I think Saiyans, and it makes sense because Saiyans are, this ultimate fighting race, and they build and they adapt. Because if you think about it, with Goku, with all of his abilities, he learned the instant transmission technique from another planet. He can do the Kamehameha.
Which, why hasn't he taught that to anyone else?
I think he's just, in a way, being a dick, being like, I can only do this.
I feel like he's
You had
there
to be at
long
the
enough.
planet.
Someone would be like, hey, Goku, you know that thing you do where you do this?
Yeah.
Could you fucking teach me to do that? Like,
yeah.
I don't think there's
agree with
anything
you.
special about Goku
Yeah.
that he just, like, fucking could figure out the instant transmission.
I think, honestly, because there hasn't been a need for it in the story.
You telling me, okay, Vegeta would be too prideful.
Yeah,
but like Krillin,
Gohan,
Gohan,
Goten, Piccolo even, I think, would be for it.
there are people that would be interested in learning how to do instant transmission.
Definitely.
If someone showed up on Earth, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't fully buy it. But
But yeah, like real quick, like everything from like even back to the Dragon Ball days where he could do solar flare, just like how he can quickly pick up on all these techniques and immediately mimic them and learn from them. So I feel like Saiyans have that ability where they're more or less kind of like copycats in the strictest of senses, where they see these techniques. It's like,
Vegeta.
you know what?
Vegeta
I
hasn't
can use
really
that
been a
skill
super
set.
copycat.
But he's full of pride, whereas Goku wants to learn and continue to train and be the best. And he's hungry for any technique that would make him stronger.
I was gonna say, like, look at Gohan, because Gohan learned the Masenko. And even Trunks learned Masenko from Gohan later.
Right.
But you don't see necessarily Gohan and Trunks coming up with too many mimic stuff.
No.
I guess you see more like with Gotenks, like the creativity of just like inventing moves.
Yeah.
Trunks had the victory cannon in the Z timeline. Future Trunks had mostly Gohan taught stuff, which was really Piccolo taught stuff.
Yes.
Which that was always interesting to me, is that Trunks never had a moment with Piccolo when he came back of like, you taught Gohan, you were Gohan sensei.
Dude, I would have loved that. I didn't even think of
You know what I mean? Like, in his future world, Piccolo was his mentor, more or less.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't really... You saw Gohan was wearing Goku's outfit to honor him.
Right.
But he was still... I felt like he was very mostly trained
by Piccolo. Yeah.
And then he passed that down to Trunks.
Yeah. Honestly, what I think would have been a cooler touch is if we saw future Gohan in his purple gi. Could you imagine of that?
Or even, like, combinations.
Yeah.
Like, I still love, one of the things I love most about Vegito with the fusion was the blue gi with the orange underneath.
Yeah, like a call
because it was the blue of Vegeta's under Saiyan armor, but then the gi of what Goku would wear.
Yes.
I love
and it was Vegeta's boots and gloves.
Exactly.
Yep.
And on top of that, seeing Gohan fight in the Cell games with Piccolo's outfit, awesome.
It was.
Seeing Gohan in the future, if he had maybe his dad's top, but the Piccolo purple pants? Maybe with the Piccolo shoes?
I'd be with that.
But I don't know, like some combination of like makeshift, he made his own warrior's
or
garb.
Maybe take it a step further, and he has, and we're getting wildly off topic, guys.
Sorry.
We're speculating because we're fanboying out a little bit. But maybe like a perfect combination would be like maybe the purple gi with a dark blue underneath, Goku's logo, like his emblem on the back, and then like maybe Piccolo's boots, or maybe even Goku's boots, like little mix match, like maybe Goku's shoes and his bracelets, and his vest, and then the rest is like Piccolo, like he's honoring both his fathers more or less, which he's never called Piccolo his father, but he pretty much is.
Yeah, it's pretty much
Pretty
his
much
dad.
his-
Yeah, it's
yeah.
pretty much his dad.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. So that would be amazing. So for me to get back like with Piccolo, I would say Piccolo would be my mentor starting out.
Yeah.
And I would love to be, if not a full-blood Saiyan, a half Saiyan that is trained by the Z Fighters
Yep.
and fights by their side and is on the power level of the heavy hitters. But only after I earned it. I don't want to be like powerful alligator. You know what I mean? Because I
Yes.
feel like that would be fair. Because
Yeah.
I would have my memory. I'm like, I'm such a dick. I come to this
Yeah.
world and I'm
And
stronger
there's
than
power.
everyone else
Yeah,
just
yeah,
because
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
strong.
You
No.
have to start out base.
I would tell Shenron, give me the power of Goku, but I have to earn it.
I would say give me the potential.
The potential,
that Goku
okay.
has.
I agree with you.
But I would agree. I would want to come in as like a blank slate
Yeah.
that is never really trained at all. Maybe I just have like an innate ability,
Yeah.
like Goku, like pick up stuff really quick. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next question.
Next
Go
question.
to the next question.
All right. Number 19. Congratulations. It's kind of falls in. Oh my God, we kind of did go into this question already.
Go ahead.
Number 19. Congratulations, you're powerful enough to join the ranks of the Zen Fighters. Who do you pick to train you? That was my question, number 19.
Shit.
I just realized that, guys.
All right.
I'm sorry. So you already have my answer, so let's hear it.
I would say Gohan. I would say that I would want to train with Gohan. And I think
it would have to be post Super because you would have to be like timeline now because if
Yes,
you picked
and that's
up
honestly
after
how
the
I
Buu
saw-
saga, it'd be like,
yeah.
hey, Gohan, train me. It's like, I'm kind of a bookworm now. And
that's
have
how
to
I
keep up
saw
with my martial arts
me
training.
getting put in, was that I would meet Gohan like post Buu,
Mhm.
where he's studying and going to college, and we meet in college and become college buddies. So
like
by
it.
the start of Super, I have like a little bit of training, if not some decent training.
Sure.
But it's really from whoever my Saiyan parents and my human parents are. They would train me a little, and then I would train with Gohan. And by the start of Super, we're not even, because Gohan would be way stronger than me because he has the mystic power. But I could put up a good fight.
Sure.
Like I'd be a pretty good fight for him.
Yeah.
And my drive to be better than Gohan, who is still like way above me, would be the Goku Vegeta dynamic.
Yeah.
And eventually, in the long run of the story, I'd become stronger than Gohan, but I'd save him, and it'd be real cool, and everyone would love me, and it'd be awesome.
You two would learn the fusion, and you would become.
Oh my God! I didn't even think of fusion.
And you would become Goem, or
I'd have a new name.
Adhan.
I'd have a new name if I went to
Okay.
the Dragon Ball Z universe.
Do you know what it would be?
I do.
What is it?
I can't say it out loud.
Fair enough. It's his secret.
I do have one.
It's his secret. I have one too, but you know what? Just to be on level with Adam.
That's for a future episode.
That's for a future episode.
Future episode. I do have a Saiyan name.
Okay. I like it though. Gohan. Okay.
So Gohan, and then I think that as I was training with Gohan, I'd probably want to like get a little bit from Vegeta and Goku, like
Yeah,
a
me
little
too.
bit.
Me too.
And maybe if they were at that point still training with Whis
Yes.
and Beerus, I'd like maybe want to
That's-
see
that's actually-
what that was all about.
That's where I was going to go too because I would, like I said, start out with Piccolo,
Mhm.
then reach out to that would be my starting point. Then reach out to the rest of the Z fighters because they each have something you can learn from.
Yep.
Then Gohan, then Gohan definitely, Goku and Vegeta,
Mhm.
and then Whis because I feel like, I'm sorry, the only reason why Beerus is the way he is because of Whis. And I think Whis is secretly stronger than
No,
Beerus.
not secretly. Beerus
Well,
has
he
said
is.
out loud, he's like, Whis is stronger than me.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I feel like my ultimate trainer, like the final, like to
Would have to be
reach
Whis.
my absolute pinnacle peak,
Yep.
is with Whis, 100%.
Interesting you say that. I disagree. Only that, we haven't seen what these other universes have to offer. So there
Okay.
could be a stronger angel, Whis, out in another universe.
Fair enough.
I'm curious if that after the Tournament of Power, Goku's going to want to train with someone else from another universe.
Okay.
Is my
I can
thought.
see that.
I have no idea.
I can see that.
But I imagine if I went to the universe, that I would look at Whis as like, if I want to be the strongest trained for my universe, it's got to be with Whis.
Yeah.
He's like the penultimate universe 6 or 7. We always
get
is it
screwed
6
up.
or 7? I don't know. Maybe 7. Maybe it's 6.
I think it's 7.
7.
I think it's 7.
You would be the ultimate training you could get for universe 7.
Yes.
Would be from Whis.
Absolutely.
Is he the strongest in all of the known universes?
That's a good point.
I have no idea.
That's a good point.
Zen-Oh-sama and Supreme Angel Whi's father, Kai,
True.
says that other universes are stronger, apparently
Right.
much stronger. So maybe I go train in another universe to get much stronger. I don't know.
I like it.
But even still, I think Whis is a good choice.
All right, 100%. All right, cool.
Are we on the last one?
We're on the last one, and this is the ultimate question.
What do we do? What do we do after this?
This is the end of the saga.
I got
It's- Yeah, I'm ready.
I got ideas.
I'm ready. So, the final question. Are you
The
ready?
ultimate question.
The ultimate question. You're gonna love this.
All right, go.
Are you ready for this?
I'm gonna close my eyes. I'm gonna settle in.
All right. The world is in danger. The Z fighters are defeated.
All of them?
All of them.
Okay.
You and I are the only ones left.
You and me.
Yes.
Okay.
And the only way we can win is we perform the fusion dance.
Yeah.
Would you do that with me?
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm not kidding you. No.
No, I absolutely would.
All right. Then let's do it.
If it's. You said you would. Right leg up. Right leg up. Okay, right. Power level good? Fusion.
That was a good fusion.
Man, real good fusion. I don't remember the last time fusion was that good.
No, me either.
Synced? Power levels the same?
It was perfect. It was badass. We flew around the Earth like what? 20 times?
At minimum. Solved a bunch of crime.
I was just. It was happening so fast I can't keep up with it.
Yeah, man, and like we shared consciousness and it was cool and like we fought things and
So awesome. All right, guys. Well, that's gonna do it for the end of the 20 questions saga.
we did it.
We did it.
We made it.
I fuck. That's ready.
There it is.
There it is. All right. Cool. So good.
Sean, where do we go from here?
I don't know. Wherever the road takes us, we've made it to
Guys,
the first.
let us know in the comments. You want us to talk about
Please
more
do.
stuff? We got ideas.
Hell yeah.
What do you guys want to talk about?
Bring it on, guys.
Because now we've gotten to know each other
Exactly.
on Dragon Ball terms.
Yes. We've
Now-
fused.
We've shared a consciousness.
We've shared a consciousness. It's next level at this point.
So, what happens next? I still want to talk about Dragon Ball.
I do too. As long as you want to, man, it will continue because I love doing this, man. And there's no end. That's the beauty of it.
Sean,
There's
do
no
we
end.
get other guests to come on and talk about Dragon Ball?
Of
with us?
course. Of course.
Do we speculate about future episodes of Dragon Ball Super?
Yes.
Do we talk about maybe we're talking about some more like peripheral Dragon Ball Z, like video games or card games or cosplay?
Yes. 1,000 and a million times yes,
Well,
sir.
then I guess everyone's gonna have to tune in next time.
To find out what happens next on the next All Things Dragon Ball with the Bearded Con Man and Adam Toews.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're ready for what I hope to be is the best experience of my life. That is, Sean has created, from his own fantastic mind, lyrics that will be applied to the opening of the original American version of Dragon Ball Z.
It will be everything.
Shall we?
Let's. You guys ready? I don't think he is. I don't think you guys are. But let's see what we get. Do it.
Holy shit!
Woo! How awesome is that?
It was the best experience of my life.
I'm glad, man.
Game over, everyone. Hold on. Game over. Sorry. Go home. There's no more Dragon Ball. That's it. We've ended it.
That's it. All right, guys. I have had that song in my head since the second video we did, and I was waiting until the end of us reaching these 20 questions to belt it out. That was not rehearsed. I was just into it. I knew the lyrics, and I just went into it, man.
I genuinely cannot wait to watch this episode.
That's awesome.
For that alone.
I can't either. Well, guys, we are going to end it there. Adam, thank you again as always for being here,
Pleasure.
sir.
Pleasure as always.
Yeah. I cannot wait until we get into the next saga, whatever that may be. And guys, throw us some suggestions in the comment section below, whatever you guys are thinking.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit out of breath.
That, if
For
you
real
were
this
watching,
time.
I would also be a little bit out of breath.
But yeah, just let us know what you guys think, what you want us to talk about. I mean, if not, we're going to talk all things Dragon Ball either way. But we would love to hear your guys' input.
It'd be great to hear feedback, whatever
Of
you guys
course.
are thinking, feeling, stuff you guys want to chat about.
Any
Literally
questions?
all things Dragon Ball.
Hell yeah.
I think we're going to keep talking about it.
Definitely, man. And we're about to get into the Tournament of Power. Bring it on. Bring it on. I can't wait. All right, guys. I am the Bearded Con Man. This epic man is Adam Toews. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And we will see you next time.